everyone, Creepy here. So today we're going to be talking about BadEmpanada, but before we get into that, I want to thank Mushroom Girl for making this piece of art. This is the official feminine design of my persona, so that's really epic and cool.
We got a great new video here that this guy keeps linking to me on Twitter. And apparently it's someone with an anime avatar, so oh my god, it's a fucking anime Ransona. Oh my fucking god. Well, we're going right in anyway. We're going straight in here. We're going into the drama. Education bad. BadEmpanada's anti-education to own Vorsh. Let's see what this has to say. Let's see what the anime Ransona has to say.
Yeah, this was the first time I ever used an avatar that wasn't my persona, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hey everyone, Creepy here. So today I want to talk about...
Oh hey, it's someone who is apparently like dreadfully embarrassed to be speaking into a microphone while their anime Ransona does gestures over video game footage. Where have I seen this before? Oh, like 5 different fucking anime VTubers who have debunked me. Let's check this out, folks.
This isn't a VTuber, this is random images of the character Natsuki from Doki Doki Literature Club I got offline, and of course Natsuki is the character that every man wishes they were. It's not a personal anecdote, every man wants it. But a recent video BadEmpanada on his second channel made about the YouTuber Vosh. One of the claims that BadEmpanada makes about Vosh is that he is a self-proclaimed geopolitical expert. I have not seen this, and he does not provide evidence that he believes this.
Wait, Vosh doesn't believe that he's a self-proclaimed geopolitical expert? Vosh? Someone with like 1,000 debates about geopolitics? Someone who is incredibly confident in every single fucking thing that he says. He has videos about Kosovo even. Balkans debate. Dude, like 3 months before debating the Balkans, he had just learned what Kosovo and Bosnia are.
So you once again don't provide evidence that Vosh is a self-proclaimed geopolitical expert. You just say that he's confident. That's not the same thing. Also, you're wrong about the timeline. So Vosh, judging by the background of the clip you showed, seems to be saying he learned about Bosnia and Herzegovina / Kosovo in 2020. So you're wrong about the timeline. So it's 3 years, not 3 months, so either you're dishonest or stupid.
Guy has like 1 million fucking videos talking about geopolitics. 438,000 impressionable young children who basically hang on his every word, including this fucking guy, I'm sure.
Making assumptions about me and also not providing evidence.
And you're telling me that this is not someone who like styles himself as the geopolitical expert.
When talking about something does not make them a self-proclaimed geopolitical expert.
You have to be fucking crazy. So I can already tell you the way this is going to work, because they have to ignore the entire rest of the video where this is put into the context of the things that Vosh claims, the incredible confidence with which he claims them, etc. We're not just talking about some random guy on the street who just like learned in like a trivia night at the fucking pub that Kosovo and Bosnia are countries. No, we're talking about someone whose job it is to like be a political referent, who is incredibly confident about their political opinions, who is like a massive NATO supporter, who believes wholeheartedly in Western imperialism and defends it to the death, while not knowing the most basic things about the history of the most important conflicts that NATO has ever been involved in.
Once again, Vosh learning about the Balkans is in 2020, and he isn't really talking about geopolitical stuff until 2022 after the invasion of Ukraine. 1.
The Cyprus conflict between Turkey and Greece. Important thing about that is that Turkey and Greece are both NATO countries. So that's a fucking huge thing that anyone who supports NATO should already know about. They shouldn't just be learning about it off Wikipedia, like offhandedly on stream.
You see, if you don't learn something, you are less likely to know what happened.
If you were a massive NATO supporter, how the fuck do you not know that? 2, he didn't fucking know what Bosnia and Kosovo are until like a year ago.
3 years ago.
As far as the modern day goes, that's like the most well-known thing that NATO has been involved in. And you're telling me that we should treat him like some random guy on the street, this 438,000 subscriber political commentator who confidently debates people who know way more than him about geopolitics and talks as if he knows everything.
BadEmpanada, you have still yet to show that Vosh believes in this. You just said that he's confident.
You know, we're supposed to just accept this notion that this guy is just like a normal guy on the street just learning about something. You can't do the ooh-woo small bean shit. You can't claim 1 second that you're like an eminent expert and frame yourself as some sort of eminent expert and have like hundreds of thousands of little impressionable young teens who take your political opinions as gospel, and then the next second just be like, oh, I'm just an little small bean. There's no big deal about not knowing that Portugal isn't in South America.
So this clip is from 4 years ago in 2019. How dare Vosh not know where Portugal was on the map 4 years ago? Now, is that stupid? Of course it is, but it's 4 years ago, so I don't care. I think it's weird to care so much about that clip.
There's no big deal that I didn't even fucking know that one of the world's most important ever historical powers is from Europe. You know, one of the world's most important ever historical colonial powers. And he didn't know what it was. He basically didn't even know the first thing about it. Oh, I'm just this poor little normal little small guy. Stop harassing me.
Not gonna lie, this whole ooh small bean talk kind of makes BadEmpanada sound delusional.
When you're a fucking public figure who is supposedly like known for your political opinions, putting those political opinions out there. And then it turns out you don't actually know the very fucking basics about the topics that you talk about, like the existence of countries, entire countries that are incredibly relevant to them. Like, I've already debunked this video there already, but we'll watch the entire 2 minutes of it, of the anime rants on the video game.
Paints himself as like a geopolitical expert.
So Vosh is pro-NATO in the sense that he is pro the NATO siding with Ukraine against Russia. That is
No, he's outright pro-NATO.
Is all I've seen him be pro-NATO of. Stuff like that, which in
Vosh talking to NATO Special Operations Officer. America bad, Russia good? No, America sometimes good. Wonder what Vosh has to say about NATO on Twitter. We must not rest until every country on Earth belongs to NATO. What's a free word phrase someone can say that makes you instantly lose all respect for them? I oppose NATO. NATO was created to spread socialism and protect the rights of working people everywhere. NATO is anarchist.
BadEmpanada, you can't be serious. You actually believe that anarcho-NATOism is a serious ideology. I'm here to burst your bubble. It's a joke ideology. Just like anarcho-Bidenism, it's a joke.
Vosh isn't pro-NATO. He just supports American imperialism in every single fucking instance possible.
Yes, Vosh is just so pro every American war. Oh, wait. Being either good or bad at geography does not mean you can speak on geopolitics. I personally am pretty good at geography, but I personally do not talk about geopolitics because I don't feel confident in myself.
And supports NATO, which is just a proxy for Western imperialism. Wow. So we have to like just deny his beliefs to like try to turn him into this small little guy who he just happens to not know a little factoid. He's just like a normal guy off the street, right? He's not like a political commentator with 438,000 subscribers who all like religiously just take on his political opinions no matter what, like you, for example.
In this case, he's talking about the whole Yugoslavia wars, so he is saying that NATO was in the right to help the countries within the Yugoslavian civil war and the breakup of Yugoslavia.
Wait, so he was talking about that? So he was talking about that, about how it was what NATO did was right in that instance, but he didn't know what Kosovo and Bosnia were. I gave that guy too much credit. I thought they were going to say like he's pro-NATO for Ukraine. But no, he went on to talk about the literal war of which Kosovo and Bosnia were key subjects in the multiple different wars. Sorry, that wasn't the same war.
BadEmpanada, you are brain dead. It is possible for Vosh to not know something in 2020, learn about it in 2020, and then speak about it in 2023. That's how linear time works. Hopefully now you know what linear time is.
I wonder if this guy even knows that, or if Vosh even knows that. Probably not.
The problem BadEmpanada has with this is that Vosh used to not know about it, and some of the clips he uses are from around 2019.
Vosh used to not know about it. Yes. If you don't fucking know what Kosovo and Bosnia even were, a year later,
years later,
you're claiming to be like an eminent expert who can debate academics on the subject, which Vosh also did, by the way. That is fucking absurd. And that you style yourself as some sort of expert is absolutely fucking crazy.
Is still yet to provide evidence of Vosh saying that he's an expert.
Yes. Yeah. And anyone who follows you and acts like you have any sort of important information to offer on these subjects has to be an absolute fucking moron. It's really that simple.
To 2020. So it's possible for someone over 4 to 3 years to learn more about stuff.
4 to 3 years? This is like a year before he started talking about how much he loves NATO.
So Vosh started talking about geopolitics related to NATO mostly in 2020 after the invasion of Ukraine. We learned about Bosnia and Herzegovina in 2020. So now some of the other clips that BadEmpanada brought up in his first video were from 2019 to 2020. Now, if you notice, that is before 2022. In fact, it's years before. Now, even if you talked about it before that, Vosh would have talked about it after learning about it, which that's how learning works. You don't talk about it before learning about it, you talk about it after learning about it. So it's completely possible.
He's just a little guy learning about stuff.
He just goes and Googles them and opens the Wikipedia article. That's politics streamer.
Oh my-
That's what they do. They don't know anything. They just make shit up as they go along.
God, they actually exist.
Like, it's bad enough that this is him. Can you
Oh my
imagine
God, they actually exist.
watching him? One of the people who watches this guy. Holy fuck. Who like take their political cues from him.
It must be hard not being an American.
And then he justifies it with like, oh, it's okay, I'm American.
So half of this video is just him.
Need to know anything. Well, he literally like styles himself as some sort of geopolitical guru, like an expert on geopolitics. And he doesn't know what Bosnia and Kosovo were. He didn't know, rather. He found out live on stream because a viewer sent him a question asking about them.
Kosovo is a partially recognized state in Southeast Europe. Damn.
Also, what is Vosh supposed to do? Know about this stuff before he looks it up? Like,
Yes, you're supposed to fucking know what Kosovo and Bosnia are if you're some sort of like political commentator on the internet with 400,000 subscribers.
yes, I forgot. Vosh was supposed to know something before learning about it.
You should know what Kosovo and Bosnia are. Yes, you shouldn't have to look them up. Yes! Like, is he supposed to know things? Yes, he is. It's his job. It's supposed to be his job to know things and tell people about them.
Well, you know what? It's a good thing he learned about it before he talked about it.
That's supposedly what his job is. It's like saying, is this teacher of like United States history supposed to know who the US presidents are? Yes, they are. Yeah, they're supposed to know that. Yes, it's their job.
Being a political YouTuber doesn't mean you literally have to know everything. Now, even if it did, Vosh learned about it before he even talked about it, so that's what you're supposed to do.
This is unreal.
How is that his fault? This logic, no one would be allowed to speak on literally anything because we don't know anything from birth.
This is representative of the Vorsh audience. It's like a sort of introverted like 11-year-old kid who like is just awed by Vorsh because he says dumb shit very confidently.
Thank you for saying I sound young, even though I'm nearly an adult, but also thank you for not addressing my point right there.
And just has to defend him no matter what.
So when we learn things, we aren't allowed to get
This is the
stances
typical
on
Vorsh
those
fan.
things, even though we just
Yeah, you're not supposed to have like an incredibly confident like opinion on something that you literally just learned about.
Once again, he learned it about 3 years ago.
You're supposed to know basic things like this country exists or not. You're supposed to know that. Yes.
Well, you know what? It's a good thing Vosh decided to become more educated on the subject before he decided to speak out about it, which is what you're supposed to do. You don't speak on something if you don't know about it.
I would say actually that if you're a political commentator with 438,000 subscribers, you should know way fucking more than just that the country exists when it's something that you actively talk about all the time.
Learned them and have become more knowledgeable on those things. I believe this is a very stupid argument on BadEmpanada's part, and I just wanted to give my little opinion on it. This is a simple one shot. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do click like and subscribing. Creeper out.
Socialism is when the government
Okay? Make sure to like and subscribe, I guess.
Finally, BadEmpanada made a good point.
Socialism is when the government does stuff. And it's more socialism the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.